Hello, traders. Good evening. Let us quickly go through the plan for tomorrow. Basically, the market is in a pretty crazy state right now, right? Bears are trying to pull the market down. It tried multiple times to break below 1925. It was unsuccessful. It came down multiple times in this area. We actually completed the 4-hour measured move today on the bearish side, and then the market bounced back again to 27 and then to the 35, 36 area once again. Let us start at the weekly chart. We have seen that this is a bearish candle. This is an inside bar, so that makes this as a mother bar, right? So and we will need to have the mother bar fibs on top of this, as we were talking yesterday as well. Once you see this, yesterday also I said that we need to keep an eye on these levels. We bounced from the 79 to the 89%, but we have not been able to close above the 50% line. So this is moving sideways as of now. We do not have any direction to where it is going. It is just holding that 19.25 area and below as support, and it keeps bouncing. So we have no idea at this point where this is going to go based on the weekly chart. So let us now break it down and look at what is happening on the daily chart. Now, these are the different channels that we had in the daily chart, right? So if you see, we broke down from this channel, we went back up and tried to get a new high. We failed there and we have come back down again. So now this is also a outside down bar, which is an engulfing bar or a bearish engulfing bar. And if I put a fib on this, I will put the mother bar fib itself. We will see again that 11% area we could not touch and we came back up. However, on the daily chart, this 5548 is the midpoint of this candle, and I was hoping that today we will reach there. However, we could not cross over 36 at all. So that is what is happening here. Even if we see, we have a inside bar, outside bar setup, right? And this being so bearish, there will be sell orders waiting right below this area. There have been bears who have been trying to sell below this area, but if you see, none of them have been successful. As soon as it comes down, the bulls have picked it up and tried to put it up again on the top. Now if you see here, the interesting thing is, in this channel we bounced from the 50% of this channel, right, which is again at 5510. We talked about this midpoint in yesterday's video as well, and we have bounced from there and we went back up, but we could not close a bullish bar here. So the bears have again started selling from here, and we'll have to see where it ends tomorrow morning, what happens, and then we will go from there. Now, given that July 4th is a holiday, so Thursday is a holiday, we have practically 3 more days left in the week. Friday, again, I'm suspecting that the volume will be very low. So basically, we have tomorrow and the day after. Considering that, I do not think that it will break out in any one direction, given the fact that we have a short week, and this range may actually continue well into next week when we have the CPI data coming out. So maybe the market is waiting for that to give it a direction, and based on that it will decide whether it wants to break out or it wants to break down. So maybe on the CPI data the market will break down, it will come down here pre-market, somewhere in the 8684 area, and then it will do a trading range here between 86 and 74. But that is after the CPI data. We will see when that time comes. It will have sudden reversals and all those things will happen, right? So we will have to be very careful. Now I want to take a look at the 24-hour chart as well right now, because there has been a lot of confusion on the charts going on at this point. But there also we see the same thing. We broke down the channel, we tried to go back up, and it failed. So basically, the 24-hour chart is giving you only the RTH daily values, right? It does not consider the ETH values. It shows you the RTH open, the RTH close, the RTH high, and the RTH low on a 24-hour basis. Now, this bar is the same on the RTH as well. So if you see, the 50% line is still at 5548, but as long as we do not go over that 35 to 38 area, there is no chance that we are going to go and hit the 5548. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. The market may not break out, or it may not move in one specific direction. Okay, now this is the 4-hour chart. So if we look here, we actually got the 1:1 of this drop today, right? And then now we are looking at if there can be a two-legged pullback after this was done. We have done one leg, but if you see that the bars here are not very strong, they have bounced from support, but the bars here are not strong at all. So this may be slight profit taking, and bears may bring the price down, break down these levels, and come and test this. I am thinking that the test of this 5490 is highly possible before this week ends. Also, if you see, we are in this kind of a channel in the 4-hour chart, and that gives us this midpoint as the reference lines. We have to close above this midline of the channel. We'll have to see if we are getting follow through to the top, and then only we will try and see if we can get back to the top of this channel again. And once this top of this channel has been reached, we'll have to see whether we are breaching it. I do not think that it will breach it on the first attempt here, because this was the first attempt, this was the second attempt. I do not think that the third attempt is going to work, but you never know, right? So we need to keep this channel in mind and then see how price is reacting around it. What happens if we come back to the bottom of the channel, and then if price starts bouncing from here, it will try and get to this midline again, and then maybe we may come and hit the top here. The support and resistance areas on the 4-hour chart does not change, because nothing has changed, right? We have stayed in the same range all over. We went below the support area, we came back up again, and immediately we started going to the top. We came below the support area, we went back up here, we went up to the midline, but we could not hold that, and we are coming back down once again. We will have to see again tomorrow morning where the market stands, how the ET8 chart has behaved, how the London session has moved the price, and then we will have to decide which direction the price is going to take again throughout the day tomorrow. Okay, now back to our zigzag 1-hour chart, right? So if even here we came down to the bottom of this, we talked about this yesterday also. We said that we may come down to the 5405 area, which did happen today. And immediately from there we bounced. We stayed above this midpoint of this channel, or we see that we have closed below this 5510 or 5510.75 line on the hourly chart tomorrow morning, and then we will have to see whether things are bouncing from there, or we continue down and get to the 4590 area, bounce from there again, get above the 5205 line, and keep going back to the 19 area once again. So that may be one play that may happen tomorrow as well. Now we had this trend line drawn on the 1-hour chart yesterday also. We may see that the price may actually come down here. It may come to this 5496 area as we were expecting, and then we can bounce from here again based on the hourly chart. So if you see price in this area around the 5496, and if you see it is bouncing, you will know that there are two supports. One support is this trend line, and the other support is this channel line. And if that breaks down, if we can break down this part of the chart, then maybe we are coming down to the 5490 area, the 5488 area, and finally the 5473 area. So as of now, I see that the bulls are not very strong, but they are still holding the bottoms, right? They are still buying every dip to the bottom, and they are trying to take it up. So as long as the bears are not successfully posting a couple of hourly bars below this 5510 area, the bulls will still try to hold their position. They will again buy the bottom and try to get back to the top. So what we have to see tomorrow morning is where the price stands. Is it actually trying to break down these areas? Right now, looking at it, it seems that it wants to do that, and it may come and touch the bottom of this trend line. But then overnight, as the time passes, this trend line is also rising, right? So the profit targets will also keep on rising, and we will have to see where the price starts tomorrow morning, and we will have to see if there is again any news items, which are the pretty minor news items, which are there at 8:30 or 10 o'clock, and we will see how price is reacting to that, and then we will have to take a decision. So as of now, if we see that this move actually got a 1:1, now if I talk about this move right here, that also got its 1:1 to the downside. Now we are having another leg down, so these three may again form a wedge. the bottom of this bar, the bottom of this bar, and the bottom of another bar that may come down, that may actually create a wedge structure like this, from where it may bounce and start going back to the 35 area once again. So what happens is yet to be seen, but these are the different levels, these are the different structures that we need to keep in mind in the upcoming 2 days before the market goes on a holiday on July 4th and comes back on Friday. Now let us look at the RTA chart on the 5 minutes time frame. If you see that our support and resistance areas are still holding the, so if you see here, we did come down to this support area, we bounced once, we bounced twice, and we went back up, but we could not reach the upper support zone yet, which is at the 5540, and the 5538 area itself started working as a point of resistance. So if I want to put this here, you will see that we do have a sell zone created right here, a mini sell zone. I would need to see price above, close above this, get a follow through in order to believe that price may actually come and hit these areas on the top. Now, if you see today, this was the open of the day, right? It tried to cross over the open of the day. It could not, and it sold off strong. And here also, we actually got a 1:1 move of this bearish move down, right? And then we went back to the top again failed at the open of the day and came down. So if you look here, this has actually created a head and shoulder structure on the RTA chart. But then this 3.8 becomes the neckline. We'll have to close above the neckline. We'll have to see a retest of the 3.8 area to believe that this whole trading range can actually be replicated to the top, and the price wants to go back to 60, right? So before we close above 38, and we are saying that okay, the market is holding this area. Now I need to see market close above 38 and then hold that area in order to believe that we are going to get to the top at the 53 area or the 60 area or farther up, right? Now this being a head and shoulder structure, if we are saying that this whole thing will be replicated to the top, we will come somewhere to the 5555 to the 5556 area, which will be this balance area right here on the top. Now on the downside, we'll have to see if the market is breaking down all these supports here that it created today. It is breaking down the 1925 area again. And then we may actually see price come and touch this wedge line again, right? We have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. The 5th touch may actually do the magic, and it can break it down to the downside. But when that will happen is the question, whether we are going to test a new ATH or before that we will pull back. That will be defined by the price action that will be unfolded in the subsequent days, right? Take our trades at the support and resistance areas and then come out at the next support and resistance area, hold a runner and see what the fate of the runner is. So that is how we'll have to play. We are in this crazy trading range at this point of time, and that is what the market is giving us, and that is what we will have to deal with. So if you see here, this is one support area that the market has created in the RTH session. I will mark this as support for now because price has closed above it. I will mark this as the buy zone. So what is happening is if we are breaking down from this area and then coming back up again, it is going back to the top, right? So that is the whole trading range that we are seeing, and these are the support areas. If the support gets broken down and we can reclaim it, which means that the breakdown of the support was a false breakdown and the market wants to go up again. So we are in this tight trading range as of now. So we will meet again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST and see how the market has moved overnight and plan for the rest of the day. If you want to join that 8:45 pre-market call, the link to that is given in the description below. Along with that, you will also find the link to the Discord server and the Facebook page. You are very welcome to join there. And as always, please like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification icon to help the YouTube algorithm distribute these videos in a much more efficient way. And I will see you guys again tomorrow morning. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.